Wow. We're finally back. Cole back in the big 26. Glad to be back. So much has gone down. And right now is a good time to come back because we're in the middle of the break. We got 2 weeks left before UFC 324. Everyone give a big hand for the UFC 324. I'll be there. Maybe. Who knows? I can't give away what I'm doing out here. Why do you guys... Let's get a couple guesses why I'm in Las Vegas. Doesn't matter. Let's talk about it for a second. UFC 324. That's January 24th. Today's January 11th. See, about 13 days, so about 2 weeks left. Give or take a day. We have RAF. RAF's big. Colby Covington wins. He was the main event. He beats Luke Rockhold via technical fall. That's a TF, technical fall. Not only did that, the score was 12-0 before the technical fall. So it was just a pretty much dominant match. I know it doesn't end at the technical fall, but it sure adds a lot of points. Kadim Magomedov. Yo, what? What are you talking about? Who cares? Why would you even do that? Like we're going to have a name like that? And that's not racist, I don't think. Arman Sarukian is officially a wrestler. I think it's a feel-good opportunity for him because he said, it's a new sport for me. I feel good. I'm happy to say that I'm officially a wrestler. And also, that guy's fucking ripped. He's huge. So, such a big opportunity for him, especially in RAF, which is a league that kind of stems from the UFC. A lot of UFC fighters are going to be there. Bo Nickel was supposed to be wrestling Yoel Romero. Dropped out, short notice, because Yoel Romero didn't make weight. And you could make the case, he should have done it, it would have built his brand. It totally would have built his brand. I would say, if you're a UFC fighter and you own a promotion like RAF, or you're running a promotion like RAF, you just lose. Do whatever you have to do. It doesn't matter. Wrestle Yoel Romero, who, remind you, he's 50 years old, or as so we think. He's around 50 years old. He should, not be a challenge for a NCAA champion wrestler from Penn State, someone who is considered elite of the elite. Shouldn't be a problem. For him, apparently it was a problem, so we're going to pray for him. Colby Covington had a lot to say about that, which is, potential matchup we could see, and they're not words that you hear from someone who is not wanting to get, rough and rowdy. These aren't wrestling words. These are fighting words, So let's take a listen to that.
Obviously, the Bo Nickel Yoel fight or wrestling match was supposed to happen, but didn't because Yoel weighed 7 pounds over. Do you think Bo should have still wrestled him, or what did you think about that?
Absolutely. You got to put RF on your back. You want to be the face of the organization. You got to be a company man. So he missed his weight by a couple pounds. Big deal. Luke was, 20, 30 pounds bigger than me tonight. I didn't complain, I went up a weight class, I weighed 197 with ankle weights on my feet and eating the night before at Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump. So, I stepped up. It didn't matter.
Luke Rockhold, it's a good point. Luke Rockhold probably did weigh 20 pounds more night of the event than Colby Covington. That's a great point by Colby, actually. This is actually a really methodical approach instead of just insulting him. Let's think about it for a second. Luke Rockhold, probably comparable age to Colby Covington, wrestled. Definitely weighed more because he's coming from a higher weight class. And he is I definitely not on the same level as Colby Covington when it comes to his wrestling abilities. I think Colby Covington is a phenomenal wrestler. He is a wrestler. Like Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel drops out because he misses weight by, it's an alright amount, but it's your promotion. Another point to Colby. You want to be a company man? You want to build this promotion? It's your promotion. Then you have to build it. You have to take those hits. If you lose, you lose. It doesn't matter. You're a UFC fighter first and foremost. Not an RAF wrestler. Onward.
So Bozo Nichols, has no reason to talk any shit. He should go back and stop quitting in the octagon before he ever speaks my name again.
And then also, recently Dana White was told you don't belong in the top 15. He actually agreed. I was wondering maybe after this match, you think he would change his mind?
It really doesn't really matter what Dana White thinks of me. I'm a world champion. I'm Donald Trump's favorite fighter. I'm America's.
We're we're going to stop that right there because he's about to start talking about bullshit. Does he deserve to be top 15? I don't think any of us think so. If you think so, I feel like activity. MMA Guru was talking to Arman about his activity, and he's I think Arman even understands if you're not active, you're not a fighter. UFC 324. Who's excited? I know I am. We also have Zuffa boxing. But let's talk about UFC first. We have Umar Nurmagomedov versus Figueiredo. So the God of War versus the Dagestani. I think that Umar is going to win that just based on the amount of years they both have left to fight. I think Umar has upwards of as long as he wants, and Davidson's on his way out. I think it's pretty much over for him. Corey, I think, snapped his leg or something, and I think that was kind of showing that it's we're starting to near the end. Great fighter, love him to death. Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Why is she on the prelims? This structure is very bad. Thug Rose is the GOAT. She's awesome. She's an incredible fighter. And when she has long hair, she's a very attractive woman. I think she should be on the main card. I'm going to give it to Rose, too, because she is a thug. She'll dig deep and she'll go through it. So, for the record, I would significantly like the Alexa Grasso fight more. Obviously, that can't happen. Don't know if we got an official statement about what happened to Alexa Grasso, but prayers. Arnold Allen, John Silva. Arnold Allen's back. We didn't see him in the Big 25, not one time. John Silva, we did. John Silva, I think will win that fight, and I think Arnold Allen should be more active because that's kind of gonna hinder you more than help, especially where he is right now. Waldo Cortes-Acosta, come on. Derrick Lewis, give me the Black Beast. He's in. We're going to win that. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Oh, my gosh. This is going to be such a good match. It's going to be such a good fight. I'm not going to give a prediction because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But I love Song Yadong's chances against the former champion. I love Sean O'Malley's striking. I think it's incredible. But I think Song Yadong, coming from a karate background, it just, does it get better than that? Karate fighter who turns into an MMA fighter and just a pure MMA fighter that's one of the best strikers in the league itself, the promotion itself, not even just the division, the promotion as a whole. He's one of the most entertaining, and he's funny. And he's, not doing anything scandalous. Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. She's back. Amanda Nunes is back. She's coming back for her belt. She wants it. She wants it bad. She's going to kill for it. I love Kayla Harrison. She is such an incredible specimen of a fighter. I mean, she's ripped. She's locked. She's loaded. She's ready. But Amanda Nunes is the greatest women's fighter of all time. Who do I think is going to win that? I don't know. It scares me. It makes me want to cry. Seeing both these two beautiful women go at each other and just fight and see who's going to win that belt. And I think I'm just so excited to watch that, which should arguably be the main event. And anyone who tells you differently is smoking. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. There's a lot of talk about Justin Gaethje's career, what's going to happen after his career is over. When is his career going to be over? Do you guys think this is the last fight for him? You can't really, when you have the recent losses you do and kind of like the way you're fighting, you shouldn't really be at that level where it's like, and I know this tactic where it's like, hey, if I don't get this, I'm going to leave. I know that tactic very well. And that's what he's trying to employ right now. And, he could be bluffing, but Paddy Pimblett's he's a tough son of a bitch. So, Paddy Pimblett also said some pretty bad things in the media recently, so we're going to brush past that. But I'm going to give it to I don't know. I think Paddy's grappling's too good. Anyways, I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful Hanukkah. Happy holidays. I hope, we get a lot of views. even though we never do. Thank you.